All right, guys. Let's wait for YouTube to connect and everything to just be here. If you're hearing some purring, I got a special guest on my lap right here, so bear with me. He was getting crazy before I wanted to start, and I was like, you know what? Let's bring him into the fold. I've never put Milo on the screen, but here he is. If you can see. Sorry, it's delayed, but yeah, there he is. So yeah, he was in crazy mode. Yesterday was his birthday. He's 15 years old, right? I know. You're all right. You don't want to look at the camera? You don't want me to talk about your age? You feel like an old man now? But yeah, he's 15 yesterday. He was getting crazy. Last live stream, he wanted to get into the other room. And so I was like, I'll put him on because it's his birthday weekend. And I don't know if people follow me on Instagram or not, but I put or on Facebook, and I put pictures of him up there. But sorry, to do this and watch it is pretty funny. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about, and I'm excited to talk about the Walking Dead stuff. So hopefully, yeah. All right, you want to get down now? All right. So, all right, guys. Hopefully you guys can see him a little bit. It's a little delayed from what it was, but just wanted to put him on. Like I said, he was 15 years old yesterday. I've had him since he was a little kitten, and he says hello. All right, you want to get down? All right. Okay, come on. I know. All right, he's out of here. But he was literally going crazy right before I wanted to start. And so he was running around the house and running around things. So I was like, I'm just going to put him on for right now. So there we go, guys. That's my start to this live stream, July 24th, 2022. And yeah, so Comic-Con is still underway. It's actually today. It's the 21st through the 24th. And Friday was the Comic-Con panels. If you haven't seen it, we'll talk about it. They're online. A couple of different places have them online, so you can check it out. And yeah, they didn't disappoint. Tales of the Walking Dead was a little disappointment, if I could say anything, was because there was only 3 cast members on the panel, and they didn't really say much about the stuff at all. So I don't know, but either way, it was pretty cool. So thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate it. We're going to talk about The Walking Dead, the Rick and Michonne show, which is crazy. Walking Dead season 11. We'll talk about the trailer a little bit. Tales of the Walking Dead, and also Isle of the Dead filming. You have some photos that I made a video yesterday that I will share with you tomorrow. And then I'm going to make a couple other videos because some more pictures are coming out as I make one. You know how it goes. But hopefully you guys saw the panels. And it's okay if you didn't. But they did not disappoint. I saw the panel. I saw the Walking Dead panel. I saw the 4 or 5 minute thing when Rick and Michonne came out. I saw Tales of the Walking Dead panel, and I saw an Entertainment Weekly little quick interview thing that was like 10 minutes long. That wasn't really much at all, but overall, it was really good. It was a really good weekend so far of information. I watched the John Wick 4 trailer, which looks great. Comes out next March 23, 2023, I believe, and yeah, I'm excited. So, Johnny Wilder, my wrestling guy. Did you hear Vince McMahon finally retired? Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if it was in the midst with the allegations and this stuff that's going around, but Vince McMahon and, Stephanie and the other people are kind of running things now. So I don't know. But ultimately, guys, Comic-Con was good. The panel was great. So some kind of big news, too, is Corey Payton got COVID. He wasn't at the panel, so he had the quarantine there. He's actually going to be in Tampa. We're supposed to be in Tampa this weekend for Tampa Bay Comic Convention, which is not Tampa Bay Comic-Con. That's 2 different things. But I know Ross, who plays Aaron, Kari, who plays Ezekiel, and Paula, who plays Princess. You could get a picture with them. And I don't know if Kari has to drop out now or if it would be enough time for him to quarantine and negative tests and whatever. So I wasn't going to go anyway, but I know some people were excited to see them there. And I know a couple people from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul were going to be there. The twins that work for the Salamancas, or are they Salamancas? I'm not sure. And then Walt Jr. is going to be at the Tampa Bay Comic Convention as well, too. RJ Mitty, I believe. He's been at a bunch of different conventions, and he kind of does the convention circuit. But, yeah, so going into the Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, we wanted some information. And I think we got some pretty good information. Now, I know some people want the Rick movies. And there's a lot of people going around in the comments like, I knew they weren't doing the movies. I told you they weren't doing the movies. I knew it. Well, good. Great. And we all knew that was a possibility. But we'll take a show. It's not like we're never going to have Rick and Michonne seen again. Right? So at the end of the day, who cares? If it's movies or a show, in my book, I'm excited for the Rick and Michonne show. Michonne is my favorite character, so I'm excited to see her come back. Denai Guerrera, great actress. And she acted like, oh, we were in San Diego. Hey, guys, what's up? She's there for the Wakanda Forever trail or Wakanda Forever panel, so she was there. Andy Lincoln, I guess, flew in for it. So, and then there's a lot of talk about, are we going to get one season of the Richonne show? Are we going to get 2 seasons? Is it going to be open-ended? There's going to be a lot of talk of a lot of places like, yeah, we're going to get 5 seasons. It's going to be 3 seasons. It's going to be 15 seasons. It's going to be the new thing. We haven't even finished The Walking Dead. So let's go in order, right? So August 7th, which is 2 weeks from today, we're going to have a Talking Dead Walking Dead Universe special on AMC. They'll probably talk about Walking Dead Season 11, Fear the Walking Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead, the Richonne stuff, the Daryl stuff, and the Isle of the Dead stuff. Right? A lot to talk about in the preview special. Then on August 14th, we have Tales of the Walking Dead. 6 weeks, 6 episodes. Unless it's AMC Plus, you get the first 2 episodes, 101 and 102, on August 14th. Then we go to October 2nd, is the start of the final 8 episodes of The Walking Dead. So 8 episodes, which is going to finish on November 20th. They're supposed to have a big fan thing, final goodbye stuff going on, that it's going to be, I think in California, what they did, that Talking Dead thing. I think it's California is what they're going to do that day, November 20th. They did that so many years ago for the season 7 premiere. And it was raining and pouring, and it was crappy. It was terrible. I remember distinctly watching it on TV. I was like, wow, this is terrible how bad the weather was for that. So I guess we'll have to see on November 20th. Which is good because I'm excited to have this wrap up, and it doesn't feel like it's an ending because we have so many other shows, which is kind of annoying, kind of missing the resolution. It's just crazy to think that I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen with just stuff moving forward. And sorry, I'm getting queuing here from YouTube or something. I don't know if that's something. But yeah, so we're going to have a lot of Walking Dead stuff for this year and next year. 2023 could be awesome. Hopefully it will be awesome. There's a lot of stuff coming. So at the end of this year, we're going to have The Walking Dead's going to be done. Tales of the Walking Dead Season 1 will be done. And Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 will still be filming. I don't know when that's going to be back on TV. I don't know when it's going to be airing on television. But so if we have, I'm guessing all the shows are going to be 6 episodes. Isle of the Dead, 6 episodes. Daryl show, I'm guessing 6 episodes. And the Richonne show, 6 episodes. So that's 18 episodes. That's 18 weeks. That's pretty good. And then Fear the Walking Dead is going to be, 16 weeks. So that's a good amount of content for 2023. Now, what I don't want is stuff to be watered down, not worth watching. Like Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 needs to be awesome. It needs to be amazing. It needs to be the best season of that show there has ever been. Because Season 7 was pretty terrible, right? Or maybe you liked it. I don't know. But I think it was terrible. Let me see. Jonathan Wilder, Q&A. Remember last couple weeks I've been asking what if So meet Negan. Well, what if we did a crossover Who Met Negan, like if Dr. Loims from Halloween met Negan? Yeah, I mean, I know you think I like the questions, the what if scenarios, but to me the whole Negan stuff and of characters that haven't met him, I think the most important would be Shane and Merle. I stand by that too, right? So I'm hoping that the Richonne show is going to be 6 full hours of it. it was supposed to be 3 movies, which were probably going to be an hour and a half to 2 hours each, which would be like 6 hours. 6 episodes could be 6 hours. Is it going to be the same? Is it going to be this? I know 2 things I picked up from what Andrew Lincoln said was that let's meet this time next year. Same place, same area, same underwear. How about it, guys? So I'm guessing that they plan to come back next Comic-Con with Rick and Michonne and whoever, and then have it may be like the Walking Dead Universe panel. And then after Comic-Con in July, the show would air in either August or October or whenever they want to put it on TV. But it would most likely after Comic-Con. Could we get a trailer at Comic-Con? I'm sure they want to save stuff for it. Because we got some trailers. We got the trailer of Tales of the Walking Dead, which was pretty good. And we got a trailer of The Walking Dead Season 11 Part 3, which I thought was really good. Now, I think they gave a lot of things away in the trailer, personally, from the stuff that I know. I don't want to give too much away because I don't know what people know, what they don't want to know on there, too. But I think we could lose a couple characters, at least one character for sure, in the final 8 episodes is the word. Will it happen? Will it not? I'm not sure, too. So, yeah. So it's like Xmas Girl says, Entertainment Weekly reported that the Richonne spinoff is actually a series with a couple of seasons. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. If it's a couple seasons, great. But this is the same group, the AMC, Gimple, people here, who said, only in theaters, going to be movies. And then a couple years go by, and then movies aren't happening. Right? So let's be careful what we say, what we're going to be. Let's finish The Walking Dead. Let's finish season 1 of Tales of the Walking Dead. Let's get into the other stuff, and then let's go from there. Right? So a lot of people are thinking that Michonne and Rick have to show up in season 11 now. I think they don't now. I think they need to show up in a post-credit scene. Whether it's a Michonne post-credit scene or a Rick one, we need a post-credit scene. Because The Walking Dead is The Walking Dead. Rick and Michonne left that. What are they going to show up in the final episode? And then the 6 episodes is going to be how they got back together and what they did and how they showed up? I don't know if The Walking Dead and AMC is that smart to do that kind of thing, or if they want to plan that out, or what it is. I just don't know if that's going to be, but I think a post-credit scene is the best. Maybe they show up in the final episode. That'd be great, but I just don't know, too. So, Diana asks, where and when are we going to see the San Diego Comic-Con panels? So, Diana, they're actually on YouTube. They're not on AMC or The Walking Dead's YouTube channel. The one I watched, or the panels I've watched, was, I think it's called Films That Rock or something. You can find it. They're on there. And I watched, like I said, I watched the Walking Dead panel, Tales of the Walking Dead panel, and then there's a separate file or video of Rick and Michonne coming on the panel. It's not on the main Walking Dead panel. So there's at least 3 things to watch there, and then there's an Entertainment Weekly thing where some guy interviews, it's Daryl, Judith, Eugene, Father Gabriel, and Mercer are there, and it's like a 10-minute long thing, and they don't really ask any really good questions at all, too. So when I was watching the Rick and Michonne extra panel thing, which was like 5 minutes, I'm really glad that Chris Hardwick clarified with a question. So this series is taking over for the movies, right? It's replacing the movies. And then Gimple's like, oh yeah, it's taking over for the movies. Thanks, Gimple. Thanks for actually clarifying stuff. And then I'm really glad people asked in the audience, is there any going to be resolution of Rick? Oh, let's come back to that. Let's come back to that. The people knew. Norman said in the Entertainment Weekly interview that he knew that Andy was there. His room is right next to his. He knew what was going on. The cast knew what was going on. And it was just really, really cool to see just all of it happening. And I love the people that are writing the comments like, if I was there, I would have passed out. Because people were like screaming and this. I can just equate it to like the Beatles or like Michael Jackson or something. Like, Rick and Michonne, passing out, all dramatic. Just really funny. But it was awesome. It was cool to see. Like I said, I love Rick. I love Michonne. Michonne's my favorite character. Denai's awesome. So I'm happy to be back. So there's going to be a bunch of people going around, and they probably already are. I was like, yeah, no, I can't believe I told you, man. The movies aren't happening. I told you. Like, who cares? Like, it makes no difference. We're getting a Rick and Michonne series, which I'll take it. AMC Plus is great. It's great. Either way. great, you know? And I know it's funny, even when people are posting stuff online and everything, they're like, I can't believe this show's still on. This show sucks. It's like, why are you wasting your time for a show you don't care about if you're coming there to comment on how bad it is? It's like crazy, right? But either way, a lot of stuff has happened. A lot of, after I posted a thing on YouTube and I was like, this is great. After watching it, they answered the question about Rick. They answered the question about the movies. They talked about season 11, part 3. Tales of the Walking Dead, they didn't really give too much away. I mean, it was only Terry Crews, Danny Anderson, I think, the guy from Top Gun and Winter Soldier and Falcon show on Marvel, and then Samantha Morton. Those were the only 3 actors. And Samantha Morton said a pretty good thing, an interesting thing. When we watched the story of Alpha and Lydia on the show, that was through Lydia's eyes. So that could be wrong. That could be traumatic. That could be a person of abuse that's not actually correct. Now, we don't even know what actually happened. We're going to see what actually happened through Alpha's eyes. Or her name is Dee. D-E-E. Dee. So we're going to see the story of that. And somebody asked the question to Samantha if she would ever be willing to do her own series. And she said yes. She loves playing the character, which is pretty cool. And I'd be fine with that if they gave Alpha, a 4-episode series or something, or the Governor a 4 or 6 episode series. Like, it would be awesome. And AMC Plus need content still, right? So why not? Because right now the world is going streaming. It's going on different series. If you got to have Paramount Plus or Disney Plus or Prime or, Netflix or whatever, you have to have, just the material for that. It's just awesome too. So it's definitely something that we're excited to have. I don't know if it's going to bring people back to The Walking Dead, but who cares? I mean, if people left the show, then they left the show. And a lot of people, all I know is that people who make a lot of noise online and say, oh my God, the show still sucks, I can't believe it, blah, 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 blah. They still watch, most likely. They're just there for drama. They're trolling. They still love the show, or they're mad about the show, but they still watch. It's like watching a TV show that you hate to just knock it down and just complain about it, but you still watch. You still give them ratings, or you put on the radio station, the same thing, or YouTube. I'm sure people come to my channel or other YouTube channels and they just cry and complain about me and how we do things and what it was, and they just do that. It's fine. It's just laughable. We're getting towards the end of the Walking Dead universe and the stuff here, but we're still going to go on for, years and years about stuff. We may change and adapt, so we're good. But, yeah, it's just laughable when people get so bent out of shape. It's just funny. At least they're putting on a show. It's, so dramatic. Let me see some of the questions here. Rob Richonne, Q&A, I think they'll end Fear the Walking Dead. I hope so. Then see which of the new spinoffs are best and continue with those 1 to 3 shows for 2023 and forward. Maybe we have 18 episodes / a year for a few more years. So I think that's possible, right? So if we think about it, The Walking Dead is ending. Done. Majority of the characters, in my opinion, and potential spoilers and everything like that, said that majority of the cast are going to live and survive, because if they're killed off, they can't be on spinoffs. They can't go to the Richonne show. They can't be on the Daryl show or the Isle of the Dead show or Tales of the Walking Dead, or they can't be on anything. So they're killed off, right? So I think you're right. I think they can have those things, and we want to see big reunions with Rick and Judith and Daryl and Rick and Morgan and Rick, and RJ needs to meet his father and vice versa. He needs to meet his son, So that needs to happen. And I think the content and the episodes are great. And I think that's where it's going to be on AMC Plus. Wilson, Q&A, Gabriel said in the trailer, people remember the last thing you do. Do you think Gabriel will sacrifice himself to save the group? I don't think so. It could happen, but I don't think so. I think Father Gabriel, like I said, I think the majority of the cast live. I think majority of the most people live. That's the biggest thing, too. So, Michael Singer, where was Rosita? Was she scheduled to be there? That's a good point, Clyde. Thank you for bringing that up. So, like I said, so at the panel was Norman Reedus, Melissa McBride, Greg Nicotero, Gimple, Angela Kang, Ross Marquand, Kaylee Fleming, Lauren Ridloff, Michael James Shaw, Seth Gilliam were the people at the Walking Dead panel. Corey Payton was supposed to be there, but he had COVID, didn't show up. Oh, and Josh McDermott, Eugene. Corey Payton was supposed to be there, but he had COVID, so he didn't show up because he had the quarantine and he wasn't there. And also, Christian Serratos was supposed to be there. And they talked about her a little bit, but I don't know why she wasn't there. They didn't say COVID, they didn't say this, they didn't say family, they didn't say project, they didn't say anything. They didn't give a reason. I just think that it could be stuff. I don't know if she wanted to not answer questions or she didn't want to break down, because Melissa McBride really broke down at the panel. And I love Melissa McBride. I'm not putting her down by any means, so don't take it that way. But she didn't answer any questions, really. And I think Carol lives and she survives, and she'll be seeing Daryl again, and it'll be fine too. So I think that Melissa McBride, I think they're all upset about leaving the show and everything. It's sad. If you were on a show for 12 years, it's like you go to summer camp or you're at high school or you're at something and you're around these people every day and you get to see a lot of people there. It's sad when you leave them. It's like you're leaving your family, but you need to leave them, right? When you graduate high school, you go on to college or a job or whatever, and you go. It's what it is. So, but I don't know. Rosita was supposed to be there, Christian Serratos, and I don't know what the answer really was, but I think it could be to deal with some things that happened in season 11. I think so. So, but Tales of the Walking Dead, they really didn't answer anything about the show besides it's being an anthology series, and there's 6 independent episodes of basically like bottle episodes. And Terry Crews, you could see, was really excited to be on the show, which was great to see. It's always good when you get to see cast and people and actors take a part in the show, and I'm glad that it's something that means a lot to them, because it means a lot to us. It means a lot to the fans. And they said it a lot of times that, it's because of you guys. And Norman has said it countless times in interviews that I've seen him. It's our show, but it's our show. It's our show, but it's a fan show. It's everybody's show. They take great pride in it. And I'm glad they do, because it pays off. It shows off. It's in there too. It's like when I tell my patients, you're getting better, you're doing good. Oh, well, I do my exercises and I do this and I do that. I can tell, because you're doing the necessary steps to put in the work. And it means a lot to you to get better. Same thing happens with a TV show or a project, or it means a lot to you. It's evident too. So Terry Crews talked about his character. He didn't really say much about his character, but from the trailer, I still got to do my breakdown of that. The trailer, he looked to be a survivalist living by himself, and comes across Olivia Munn, and they kind of team up, and then there's some parts where he's in handcuffs walking down this spot or whatever, and I'm excited to see. And what's going to happen? Like, I like Terry Crews. I love Anthony Edwards. I like the guy, I forget his first name, but it's like T. Usher, who plays A-Train on The Boys. Samantha Morton's great, and a lot of these characters, we know Samantha Morton lives because she dies on the main show, but I think majority of the cast are going to die. What if we like the characters? What if I'd rather have Terry Crews and Anthony Edwards and those characters than Fear the Walking Dead? Daniel Ramirez, thank you. That was his name. Why? It'd be like, come on, I'd rather have Terry Crews on Fear the Walking Dead or the show with them. And I think Terry loves being a part of the Walking Dead universe, so hopefully he survives and then he gets his own show or something, So I know that his favorite actor and character is Tyrese on the show. So I don't know if Tyrese is going to show up or not. We don't know what the deal is with that, but it would be pretty cool. I'm hoping that we get to see some of these characters again. And the Anthony Edwards character looks like he's a scientist trying to figure out stuff. And so we get to see some. So a lot of the show looks like it's 2 characters per episode. There's going to be more characters than that, but 2 main characters in each episode. Like it's Alpha and Lydia, Terry Crews and Olivia Munn. This and that. So it's good to see where it's going. So we'll have to see, I would love for a CRM connection, and there wasn't any talk or scene of CRM in the trailer or anything there, even though I would love to have seen that. But overall, I can't complain about The Walking Dead at Comic-Con, The Walking Dead universe, because I wanted to know about Rick and the movies. They answered both of those things. They talked about their time on the show and how it was sad and how it was this. And then the one lady asked Norman Reedus, would you rather have Daryl and Carol or Daryl and Connie? And Norman's like, how about all three have a party? Like, how about Daryl, Carol, and Connie all get together? Hey, he was going crazy. It was just funny. And Norman's really good at this stuff. And Norman Reedus and Greg Nicotero usually never disappoint. They're usually pretty awesome. Same thing. Josh McDermott is hilarious. And, his hair is different. Like, he's a blonde. It's way different. And he's like, why did I have to have my hair dyed, dark for 9 years? Because Eugene is a blonde-haired person in the comic. And you're like, I could have kept my hair. What the heck? That'd been pretty crazy if you had the hair color of the character in the comic and you're like, oh, it's going to be great. And then they're like, well, actually, we're going to dye your hair. And you're like, why? And once you start down that train, you got to dye your hair the entire time. Unless he dyed it, they did it at the Commonwealth or whatever, and he dyed it and it was actually his normal haircut. They could have done that, I guess. But so the other thing that I want to know your take on it, guys, the variant cohort walkers. They didn't really talk about it at Comic-Con, but it's in the trailer, right? So they talked about it as Aaron's like, yeah, I always heard about walkers that could climb walls, but I never saw it. He didn't know if it was a rumor or what. So, and then you see a walker climbing over the walls at the Renaissance area or whatever it is, like the place looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see what goes down there. And we see Aaron and Jerry with the guts trick on them, and I think they'll be fine. But who knows? We could lose one of them. Who knows how it actually plays out? So walkers are going to be climbing over the fences and walls. And I wonder if that's because it was done in the first season. They're like, because when shows wrap up, they go from season 1 to season end, the beginning and the end. How does it go from here to this? And we gotta kind of recap all the things and resolve it and this, and we gotta have our recap and our review and our clip show and all this stuff come together and boop, done. Are they doing it because walkers actually picked up stuff in the first episodes, the first season? They climbed over fences, they did stuff, they turned doorknobs. Is that why they're going back to it, or does it actually? Who knows? I mean, I wonder if they'll ever answer that, and they probably won't. But we'll see. But do you think it's a good idea for The Walking Dead to have the variant cohort walkers? Is it cool to see again from season 1? Is it a stretch? Is it too much? Is it kind of a cop-out kind of doing it? I mean, what do you think? Tommy Griffin Jr., Jonathan Wilder, Q&A. What show out of the 3 spinoffs where do you think Heath will show up in? Also, I can see Georgie being in New York to meet with Maggie Waggy again. That's an interesting thing if Georgie would show up there. I kind of like that idea. As for Heath, well, Heath was traded by Jadis to the CRM. And I don't know if we'll ever see Heath again, because Corey Hawkins, I don't think, ever wants to play the part again. Just like Stephen Yun said he'll never play the part of Glenn ever again. He doesn't want to do it. He's moved on from it, and he's had his beginning, middle, and end. He's done. So I don't know if Heath would ever show up. If it did, it would have to be connected with the Rick and Michonne story, because Rick was, I guess, traded to the CRM too, and A's and B's and all that stuff. So I think if he was going to show up, I don't think he will, but if he was, it would be that one too. The bigger question is, too, will the World Beyond cast show up in the Richonne series? Because that would be pretty cool. That would make it worthwhile watching those 2 seasons of that if they showed up. I think it'd be pretty cool. I like some of those characters, so why not? Michael Singer, you think Daryl will find out Rick's alive in season 11 finale? I don't know. I don't know why Daryl's going to Europe if Michonne and Rick are coming together in a show, and the last time we saw Michonne, she was in a field going to the people that she came across, and Rick was traded to some place. I'm guessing it was Philadelphia. My theory has always been it's Philadelphia, but I don't know. Like, I just don't know what the deal is with that stuff for going forward. And I just hope it makes sense. If the movie stuff was going to come to the show now and it's just going to transfer over that, Michonne being added to the show, I think it can only help the show, but does it change things in a way? I don't know. I just hope it's done right. Because remember, all this stuff about the movies was like, we saw the little teaser of the helicopter. Only in theaters. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're working on the script. Working on a producer. Working on this. Working on that. Okay, still working on it, guys. We're really working hard on it. Okay, come on. We're really doing that. And the way I see it is that AMC and The Walking Dead want to copy the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? It's a comic book, superheroes, this, that. You know, the MCU has made a ton of money, and it's been great, and it's been awesome. It was an Infinity War, Endgame, two of the biggest movies, of all times, or as of late. And then they made all that money. And AMC's like, we need to get down on this. We need to make a movie. We need some of this box office money. You want to see Rick again, fellas? Ladies, come on to the movie theater. Come on down. And then they were like, COVID. Nope. Okay, well, movies aren't doing so well now. And what are we going to do, guys? Oh, let's make a show. How about that, guys? All right, sounds good. And I'm guessing, and I'm thinking, I have no idea. But my thought process is that Denai Guerrera and Andy Lincoln are making a bunch of money to be in this show. They're probably going to make $1 million an episode, and they should. So 6 episodes, 6 that, a couple $1 million. It'd be like, man, be pretty good. Maybe they get executive producer credits and they get stuff for it to bring them back in. Because when you leave a show and your character's still alive and the main show's ending, you're like, hey, you want to have Rick and Michonne carry the load a little bit? Well, what can you do for me? I'll be back. Give me some money. Give me some of this. Give me some of that. Hey, I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying I would too. Because if The Walking Dead, which I've heard was a great experience and a great this and a great that and everybody loved it and everybody here, you don't leave that. You don't leave good jobs. You don't leave good relationships. You keep them. You cherish them. You keep it going. You do not get rid of it. Especially in your career in acting, it's pretty rare, The Walking Dead. So you just don't leave that stuff. But it's it's pretty awesome to see what's going to happen with the future of it, and I'm excited, like a lot of us are too. What if Ellie from The Last of Us met Negan? I don't know. Like you think a lot. You're looking for a lot of reactions for a lot of characters. What if Joel met Negan? What if so and so met Negan? I don't know. I mean, Negan's good in his department and staying in his lane, and it's pretty good too. So. But thank you guys for joining me this Sunday. I know it's been a lot of people talking about a lot of different things because it's definitely something that we got a lot of good news. And it's just something that it's always good to have Walking Dead news, Walking Dead stories, Walking Dead episodes, Walking Dead in their lives. Like, it just feels good to have it. It's good for the community for us to talk about. Gary Page says, Carol didn't look happy on the panel. What's up with that? I don't know. I mean, Carol, I can't remember her really breaking down like that because it's the last time on the show and this. And, she was supposed to be in a show with Norman. So it was supposed to be the Daryl and Carol show. And I still think in my bones, again, I don't know any information that's too. I think that Daryl wanted to be in Europe and he played a power move and he's getting what he wanted because of his girlfriend, wife, baby mama, fiance, whatever Diana Kruger is. So Diane Kruger's from Germany, I think, right? She's from Europe. And she wants to go back home to be with her family and take the child over there and do that too, right? And Norman's like, I don't care. Sure, let's go. Let's go do it. So I'm going to be there for filming the 6 episodes, which is probably going to be at least 3 months. So he was filming Ride with Keanu Reeves and a bunch of people in Europe, I believe, or at least a couple episodes in Europe. Then he flew back here to be in whatever and part of the panel and all that stuff in San Diego. So I think it was a Norman play to be like, why not we film? Well, let's not film in Europe. And Melissa McBride's like, I don't want to do that. I want to stay here in Georgia or America. I don't want to go do that. And I don't know if there's any wrong stuff there. So maybe she got the raw end of the deal. Because if you have to put Carol or Daryl, who's more important for the Walking Dead universe? It's Daryl, by none. Whatever. It's by far Daryl. And Carol's right there. But the most important people in the Walking Dead franchise, Daryl Dixon, Rick Grimes, Negan, Maggie, Carol, like Michonne. There's a lot of big there too. So and so Carol was supposed to be a part of it, and then they changed it to Europe, and then she backed out. That can't be good, right? That it's just, you put 2 and 2 together. I don't know. It's just it can't be good for how she feels, how it is. I don't know. It just makes me start thinking about it. Put 2 and 2 together. You'd be a detective. You're like, they're supposed to be on the show. It was supposed to be in Georgia. Supposed to be filmed here. And then all of a sudden it got switched. Well, why did it get switched? Why? It's not COVID. You can film all over the world right now. And going to Georgia and here for tax breaks. I mean, why would you film in Europe? Why? What's the point of this? How is Daryl going to get to Europe? How's that going to make sense for the show? How's it going to do anything? I don't know. I don't know. And I just... And then Norman's like, well, she needed a break. We felt like she's on a break. She's taking a break. It didn't look like Carol wanted to be on a break. She was kind of upset about it. She loves the Walking Dead franchise, and she was excited about, there. And you could tell she was the only one that was basically really upset on the panel. And I think they were all had their moments, and, Chris Hardwick had his moment, and Ross, and, everything. And it was good to see emotion. They cared about it. But something definitely, I agree with Gary and everyone that's saying this stuff about Carol. Like, it just seemed off. It just seemed not right. And she's the only one that was supposed to be part of a show and is not. So you feel me? Like, so we get in the Maggie Negan show still happening. The Daryl and Carol show is just the Daryl show now. So Carol left the show or got the boot off the show or whatever. And now we get the Rick and Michonne show. So it's kind of interesting to see where it's going. But Rick and Michonne is happening. They're coming back 2023. So 2023, we're going to have the Maggie and Negan show, which is filming now. Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, which I believe should have already started filming or is going to start filming soon. The Daryl show, which should start filming, I'm not sure when. And the Rick and Michonne show. That's 4 things Walking Dead related. That's a lot. So, will we have characters pop up in different shows? I hope so. Like, it would be really cool to see Morgan or, Judith, Aaron, Father Gabriel, Eugene, Mercer, whoever show up in these different shows. I hope so. Like, I really hope there's some connections there too. And like, we don't need it. We don't, at least I don't need Walking Dead shows and spinoffs that make no sense, that don't add to the universe. If you're just having a show just to continue the brand in the show, it's crap. I don't want to waste my time with it. Add something to the show and the universe and the lore and everything of the story of The Walking Dead. Like, there's been a lot of times that Fear the Walking Dead has added nothing to the universe. Nothing. It's been a waste of time in my eyes. To get 7 seasons of that show is ridiculous. When it should have been probably 3. Like, we don't need half of the seasons. And we certainly didn't need season 7. Season 8 needs to connect, needs to do big things. Padre, these people, Madison, whatever. This needs to really pay off. The Walking Dead is supposed to be the zombie show that never ends. But the comic ended. 193 issues, which is a lot. But it ended. So the other thing I'm watching I want to bring up to you guys is Resident Evil. Resident Evil was a video game. I've played Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, the remakes and stuff like that. And I haven't really gone to the latest games too much, unless it was the remakes. I played those, but not like the Village and stuff or whatever. And then the Mila Djokovic Alice movies was an addition to it, and it was kind of cool to see it. But this Resident Evil show, I think we watched like the first 4 episodes, and it has its moments and it's decent, but it feels a lot like World Beyond with Jade and Billy and Albert Wesker and the scientist angle and stuff like that. It feels a lot like World Beyond in my eyes. And it just doesn't feel like Resident Evil. It just got Resident Evil in the name, and that's what we want to capitalize on. And it's had little things here and there with like the dog and the, certain animals and stuff, and the guy with the chainsaw and the thing on his head. Like, you see certain moments, but we have yet, maybe it's coming in this season or next season, whatever they're going to do. But still waiting for the Redfields and Leon Kennedy or anything like that. I don't know. So, but it's something to talk about. It's pretty good. It's exciting, and I remember the days when the summer there wasn't a lot of shows on TV. You went to the movies. You went out and about. You went on vacation. You traveled. You did stuff like that too. And now there's summer shows. Like one of my favorite shows that hopefully you guys are watching is Animal Kingdom. It's a summer show. It's always been a summer show. It's on the final season, and I think it's got like 6 episodes left, but that's still going strong. Better Call Saul, summer show. Stranger Things has usually been a summer show. So next, like August is going to be a good month for stuff. I mean, we're in the last week of July coming up. So in August, we got Better Call Saul still be on TV. Animal Kingdom will still be on TV. House of the Dragon, which I'm kind of excited for. At first, I was like, I don't know. Then I watched the trailer, and there's dragons and this and that, and it looks pretty good. There's a lot of action in it. It's cool. Looks pretty cool. Tales of the Walking Dead, of course, the preview special for the Walking Dead, and that's 5 good things coming up in August alone. Then Hard Knocks for the NFL stuff. There's a lot of good stuff. What else did my wife and we watched Gray Man on Netflix. It's with Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas, and Chris Evans. It's okay. It's a decent movie. And I was excited to, my wife was excited because she loved Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling, and I like both of the actors too. And, it was by the Russos, the guys that did a lot of the Marvel stuff. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool as well. Nick Joe, The Walking Dead season 12? Nah, The Walking Dead main show is ending. We're not going to get a 12th season, even though we're getting like a season and a half. So it could have been like the 12th season was only 8 episodes, so it could have been that. And it kind of feels that way, I guess, with the 24 episodes. But it's going to be 11 seasons. And that's a long time. That's a long time for stuff, too. Rob K says, I'm starting The Boys next week. Yeah, Robbie, I think you'll enjoy it if you like superhero stuff. It's a different show. There's nudity and cursing and this and crazy stuff happening. So it's not your normal Marvel stuff on there. It's like adult superhero stuff. It's pretty cool to see. Let me see. Questions. Jonathan Wilder, Q&A. Will Rick lose his Georgia voice from being away for so long? I don't know. I don't think so. Xmas Girl 304, Q&A. Did you take what Andy said about their spinoff being an AMC Plus exclusive? Well, I'm guessing it's going to be on AMC Plus because it'll probably be an AMC Plus thing, and then it'll be on AMC as well. But you may have to wait for it to drop there, because I think AMC and The Walking Dead and everything there too. They want you to buy AMC Plus. So if they still have the deal, I know they have Black Friday deals and different things. You could buy the deal for like, I don't even know how much it was a year. but it wasn't a lot of money. And again, if it's $5 a month, or let's say if it's, I think it's like, I don't even know what it is now, like $7.99, $8.99. What does AMC Plus cost now? Like I don't even know. I'm actually off that. But if you can get it for a deal, or you just buy it when the thing's on for a month and a half and then get rid of it, I guess you could do that too, Watch all the stuff that's on there and then beep, see ya. For a short-term thing of it. And I know sometimes they have like a free week or a free that. But yeah, Andy Lincoln did say, so when Denai and Andy came out, they're like, hey guys, I heard we were in San Diego and I heard there was a gathering. And they're like, yeah. Well, yeah, we have some news and we're working on things. And Denai looks at Andy and looks at Scott and they're like, we're working on different things. See, so XM she got it for 12 months for $60. That's $5 a month. That's good. That's pretty good. And especially with the different stuff each month, like not even Walking Dead. Dark Winds, that's worth watching. Better Call Saul, that's worth watching for sure. So that's pretty cool, So it is worth it. So yeah, I mean, if it's normally, $7.99 or whatever, maybe you buy it for 2 months and then you watch it, So when they were talking about it, they were saying like, yeah, we're going to work on our, the Michonne Rick story. They got to have an ending. They got to work on their ending of it. So the big thing is that they're going to come together and they're going to have a 6-episode series on AMC Plus. And then Chris Hardwick asked, is this in place of the movies? And then go watch the panel. It's kind of funny because he's like, oh yeah, yes, it's taking place of the movies. Thank you. You're like, thanks, Gimple. Could you he's like the king of not saying stuff. So he's just going to look at you with his face and be like, no, give me answers. Like, give me something you can actually talk about. He couldn't even talk about it. He had to bring Denai Guerrera and Andy Lincoln to come in and tell it. He couldn't even say that, which I'm glad they showed up, which was great, but come on, right? Be the chief content officer of The Walking Dead. But ultimately, The Walking Dead is going to be on AMC and AMC Plus, and I think they want to have more exclusives for it because they want you to buy their AMC Plus. And if it's cheap, if you can catch it on a good deal, catch it on a good deal. Because I know that on October 2nd, The Walking Dead is going to be back on October 2nd, AMC and AMC Plus, and Gimple said that he says some things, luckily for that. And I hate ragging on the guy, but it's annoying me. Just give us information. We want information. And he gave us the information. October 2nd is AMC will have the premiere, season 11, episode 17. And AMC Plus will have episode 17 and 18. So 2 episodes will be on there. Same thing with Tales of the Walking Dead. Season 1, episode 1 on AMC. AMC Plus will have 101 and 102 as well, too. Which is good. And where's the question about 5 years or something? DG, but is the Richonne spinoff going to take another 4 to 5 years to happen? No, Andy Lincoln said in 2023 it's going to happen. So if they're going to film 6 episodes, typically they film Monday through Friday. So it's 2 weeks. It's 10 days, but it's 2 weeks because they don't film on the weekends because of overtime and all that stuff and rules with that. So it's 2 weeks per episode. 2 times 6 is 12. That's 3 months because there's 4 weeks in a month. 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 months. Don't know when they're going to film, how it's going to film, or where it's going to be. But Isle of the Dead is currently filming now. The Daryl show is going to film in Europe. Fear the Walking Dead is filming in Savannah. And I would assume that the Rick Michonne stuff is going to film in Georgia. Well, we don't know just yet. They didn't say anything like that, too. Giant Water. What if Mr. McMahon met Negan? What if The Undertaker met Negan? He was like, rest in peace. Xmas Girl 304. Q&A, how do you feel Scott Gimple being the showrunner of the Richonne spinoff? I think it'll be fine. I mean, you can't kill him off. I mean, I guess you could. Is he going to kill off Rick? Maybe Rick dies in the final end. Is that how it ends? Is that how the Richonne series ends? Season 1, Season 2, Season 50, however many Sting versus Negan. Hulk Hogan. He's like, let me tell you something, brother. And then Negan just smashes him with the bat. That'd be really funny. But is that how it's going to end? Is the Richonne story going to end with Rick dying? Is that going to be the conclusion of it? Will we see the Commonwealth in there? Because those are sets at Riverwind Studio. So you could do that stuff. You could do the Commonwealth. You could do Hilltop. That's there too. Oceanside. We didn't see any of Oceanside in the trailer, right? Like, I'm trying to remember the trailer at all. Oceanside, non-existent. Did Lance kill majority of Oceanside? When's Luke going to show up? Jules, Cindy, where are these people? Right? But overall, it's great information. I'm excited about it. And, we couldn't ask for anything else. Babe Ruth versus Negan. Yeah. Mark McGuire versus Negan. What if Freddy Krueger... Now you're getting ridiculous, Jonathan Wilder. What if Freddy Krueger met Negan? Negan falls asleep and Freddy Krueger shows up and he's like, what was that? Nick Joe, who killed the first Walker in... Who killed the first Walker in Dead, The Walking Dead? Well, I mean, that's hard to say, like, who killed the first Walker in The Walking Dead. Are we going back to, like, Fear the Walking Dead? Because, like, that predates all of The Walking Dead. Because when you see Rick at the gas station, that's not the first Walker. And then we see Morgan shoots the Walker. So is it Morgan? Is it like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, too. Because, and then you see, like, alpha stuff before that. Like, what is the actual true start of it? Right? Are we going with Morgan shot the Walker that was going to go after Rick on the front yard of his thing? Dragon says, Mr. Rogers, a variant Walker, asked Negan, would you like to be my neighbor? Are the Walkers going to start talking now? Like, is that going to be what they are? Are they going to be harder to kill? Because, like, on Fear the Walking Dead, how many times, and I guess on The Walking Dead they've done it a couple times too, but how many times did they stab the Walker underneath the jaw? It's like, ugh. And the knife's like that long, so it would only be like here. It wouldn't even reach the brain at all. So, like, ugh. Like, that's not even a thing. Like, why? Come on. It's just ridiculous. Some of the stuff they do is just laughable. Giant Water. What if you met Negan, Bri? Well, I actually have met Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He was not Negan at the time, but he was Jeffrey Dean Morgan on the Walker Stalker cruise. He was an awesome guy, and I recommend you guys meeting him if you can. But if I met Negan, hopefully we'd be on the same page, and he wouldn't want to, bash me in with Lucille. The other thing, too, is that the word has been for a couple weeks now that Lucille will be seen again in Season 11, Episode 23. And I don't know how it's going to be down, if it's going to happen or not, but it makes the most sense is that Negan sees a woman in the distance, and he sees a woman that looks like Lucille, just like Rick saw a guy that looked like Shane in Season 3, but it wasn't Shane, obviously, because he died in Season 2. On the attack on Woodbury, I could see that happening again. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that stuff. A lot more callbacks, a lot more connections, a lot of, moments that take us back. And they should. It's the final 8 episodes. I think it's awesome, too. Wilson says, I'm booked to meet Princess Paula Yeah, she seems cool. Like, I've never met her. She came on the show after the conventions. I really stopped going to conventions. But what I've seen, she seems like a lot of fun, really nice. And the majority of the people are. The majority of the people that we've met or people talked about, they've really had a good time. Only a couple, but I think you'll have a good time with that too. What if Blade met Negan? Blade, the Daywalker. But yeah, guys, awesome stuff. So I had my first trailer breakdown. Hopefully you guys saw it. And I have to go through the trailer again, see if I can pick anything out. But I think they gave away a couple things. And I think Tales of the Walking Dead, like I'm interested to like go back and look at it, even though I remember we're going to see some spots like we see the highway, the spot with Jesus and the walkers, it wasn't Jesus. In the comic, it's Jesus. It was Dwight with the walkers and the motorcycle. The tire gets flat. That's like the same spot where you see the two women. The spot with Terry Crews and Olivia Munn, I think it's the same little bridge. So we're going to see a lot of stuff coming back up because they filmed in Georgia. So we're going to see a lot of previous used, things. And I'm kind of excited to see what it is. I'm hoping there will be a lot of connections in there, but Channing Pal or whatever her name is, she didn't really. They asked the question about the connections and stuff. And she's like, "There's a small one." And they kind of really didn't do things about it, and they didn't really. I don't know. We'll have to see, but it's pretty cool to see Alicia versus Aaron. Why are they fighting? Why would Alicia fight Aaron? I mean, you have to go Aaron, right? It's got to be that. Negan versus Chuck Norris. Oh, man. And ESS. Where is Virgil? Stuck in a plot hole, man. I think he was I think during that rainstorm in Alexandria, he was like digging and he fell into a plot hole and he hasn't really got out. Because he was there connected with Connie and then connected with Michonne, and I guess his connection ran out. So, I don't know. Angel says, do you still have to have cable to get AMC Plus? No, you do not. I know on the Amazon Fire Stick, you can just pay for the AMC Plus app. You don't have to actually have cable. I think there's two different prices if you have cable versus if you don't. Yeah. Yeah. Man, John just loves these. What if so-and-so met Negan? So, yeah, guys. So, in 2 weeks, we'll have the Talking Dead preview special, which hopefully they give us some stuff and maybe a little sneak peek of some shows. And then on the 14th, we got Tales of the Walking Dead, which I'm excited to, watch. And then a couple months, October, it'll be back. And I'm glad it's October 2nd, like right away, right off the jump. And the word was that it was going to be the end of September 25th on AMC Plus because they were doing the week early. But now it's the same week, just 2 episodes thing. So, yeah, it's pretty cool to see. We're getting there, guys. It's bittersweet because we're getting there. But I'm ready for it. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. But I'm just ready for the show to come to an end, get to the spinoffs, get to the other shows, and see where it goes. And if there's not a major connection with CRM in The Walking Dead Season 11, Part 3, what are they doing? If the Maggie and Negan show, the Daryl show, the Richonne show, because Rick was taken by CRM. That has to be in that show, right? Michonne came across these wilderness people and whoever they are. They had nothing to do with CRM that we knew of. Will the World Beyond people show up? Will Jada show up? Like, there's a lot of things that could happen in the Rick and Michonne show. And if it's done right, it could really be rewarding. And that's all I'm asking for. I think we all can agree We want the shows and the endings and whatever to be rewarding and just be like draws us in and be worth our time. And so far, The Walking Dead as a whole has been. We'll have to see how it ends. A lot of shows don't. A lot of shows do not have endings that are worth watching, too. Xmas Girl Q&A, do you think is that will continue to air with the spinoffs? So Talking Dead, is that so TTD, is that we're going with Talking Dead? Will continue to air with the spinoffs? I would assume so. For like big moments, I think Talking Dead is an easy show to have for big things. Like it'll probably be a lot of season 11 and then definitely the final episode of The Walking Dead. We'll have Talking Dead, of course, too. So there you go, guys. That's my hour. I was excited to talk to you guys because a lot of good information about the panels. Definitely check it out on YouTube. They're on YouTube. I think the channel is called Films That Rock, has it. But if you just do a search of The Walking Dead Comic-Con panels 2022, it'll come up, and you'll get to see different stuff and a lot of good stuff too. Yeah, I'm excited for it, and definitely something that we'll be back talking about next week. So, yeah, we'll be posting videos during the week. I'll try to get a daily video for it. Talking about the Isle of the Dead filming. There's been some sightings of Negan, now Maggie, and also some filming locations in New Jersey, which is also my home state. So there you go, guys. I'll be back next Sunday. Be safe out there. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, trust, working hard. Keep doing things you love. I'll be back next Sunday. Have you a good weekend. And see you guys. See ya.